Hello everybody, head coach Thomas Seay here. Today we're going to spend some time and talking about pitching, really dominating from the mound and how pitching can impact the game, the series, and ultimately the season. Today we're going to be talking with our pitching coach, Brandon Rivera. Coach Rivera played locally here at Monroe Woodbury High School in Monroe, New York. After playing there, he left for athletic scholarship at Niagara Community College up in Buffalo. Pitched 2 years there and finished his college career down in South Carolina playing for Limestone. So we're really fortunate to have Brandon with us. He's entering year 3 in our program and does a tremendous job with our pitchers. A couple key points I wanted to talk to first before we get in with Coach Rivera is we really pride ourselves in our developing our pitchers on a couple key things. The first thing is we want to pound the zone, set the tempo, and challenge opposing hitters with our fastball. If we can do those things and have the ability to spin a quality breaking ball, then we're going to be able to end at bats pretty quickly. The second thing that we really stress is no out walks or walks with 2 outs. We feel like that if we can minimize base runners and free passes, then we're really going to kind of set up our inning for success. The last thing that we really stress is getting the first batter of each inning out immediately, getting out number 3 after recording out number 2. Again, just really shortening those innings for our pitchers so they can kind of go deep into a game so we don't have to tax our bullpen when you're playing 4 or 5 games a week. The depth of your bullpen is important, but also having quality starts from your pitching staff is important. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Coach Rivera, and he's going to give you some insight on how we develop our pitchers, some of the things that we look for in the recruiting process with our pitchers, and I'll turn it over to Coach Rivera.
How's everyone doing today? Coach Rivera here, pitch coach over at SUNY New Paltz. Welcome to Down on the Count. Today we're going to discuss a bit on the approach we take with our pitching staff and being dominant on the mound.
So it's simply being competitive, okay? Whether it's practice lift, bullpens, inter squads, we want all of our guys, competing and translating it into our games. It starts on the mound, ends on the mound, and it essentially starts with your starting pitching. If you have a pitcher out there, doing his job out there, filling up the zone from inning 1, it's only going to create and bring positive high-level energy to the dugout. And that just means that our bats have no option, but to put some runs together and lock down a win for us. Whether you may not have your best stuff that day or you are completely dominating, you need to just go on out there, control what you can control, and compete. The main focal point that I stress to our staff is having control of the game. Are you the dude that is putting the team in the best position to win? Some ways of having control of the game that we kind of take a day by day with our guys is filling up the zone and making good quality pitches. So are we locating our fastball and our off speed in different planes of the plate? So are we north to south? Are we east to west? Are we getting the ball and extending when we want it out there? Are we locating in, to specific batters, that we do our scouting reports on? Are we able to make those adjustments and, kind of solidify that? The next thing that I kind of get into is controlling the running game. Like I mentioned before, when things kind of aren't going your way, are you able to slow down the game from a mental standpoint, but still play quick, still play fast, still play explosive, to where things kind of don't get hectic and you're still able to be in fully control of the game. Next thing is keeping positive body language. The fans see it, us as a coaching staff, we see it, your players see it. If you are out there on the mound and you got really good body language, your tempo is really good, everyone will feed off of it, and it's just going to bring things into a better situation, as a whole.
Another topic I kind of want to talk about is level of commitment, okay? If you want to be a dominant pitcher out there on the mound for us, me and Skip stress to our guys is their level of commitment. If you're going through an injury, are you checking in with the training staff? Are you doing all your prehab and rehab stuff, to get on back out on the field and get to your full strength? From a pitching standpoint, okay, are you doing your pre and post routine? With our guys, we kind of have a 7 phases routine where we'll kind of start off with our dynamic warm-up, filter off into our jigger band routine, into our body blade routine, into our specific plow care movements, into some speed and agility stuff, and then into our throwing progression. Are you fully committed to that? If you want to get to that dominant level, you got to do the little things on your own. So our guys have been really good at this, especially over, break through some tough times. A lot of our guys have been sending us, video, checking in with us via Zoom, and thankfully we're back out on the field right now where we're able to work hands-on with them and kind of get things going.
So as a whole pitching staff, if we are able to, little by little, practice by practice, check the boxes off on having control of the game, showing up to the ballpark with some energy and passion, I think the 2021 season will be a bright one for the Hawks.